record. Now, hi everybody, welcome to the week 8 recap. So technically the 9th meeting that we've had together for TCL 21. There's a little bit of last minute scrambling. I noticed that on our mentors sort of schedule thing that we had put together, we'd said joint for the activities for today, which meant I think we were kind of getting things in. But we've got a retro board ready to go now. I've got the code is all in and up and in the main branch deployed onto Firebase. So I put a link in the Zoom chat, but it's the same link it always was. So if you want to go pull that up and check it out, I think there's a little bit of room for everyone to walk through and do a little demo stuff. So I think what we'll do is probably just go take turns. If you want to maybe share the screen when you do it. If you don't want to share the screen, you can direct somebody else to points and we can, drive the screen for you. Yeah, if you just want to talk through what you did and where you were on the app, anyone want to go first?
Getting it all pulled up at the moment. Looks great. All right.
Volunteers, or I can pick on people too. That's always fun.
I'm happy to go since I did the welcome screen. That makes sense to me.
Sure. That's the place to start. Sounds good.
So I had recently found out about this library. Well, 2 of them. So one of them's Tilt. So if you hover over your logo or icon, you can make it kind of responsive. But in general, we would have something like that you click and it would take you somewhere. But I just thought that was fun to implement. And another library that's for React called Particles, which you can also customize and the speed and the shapes and the colors. But I think it just looks nice, to have something dynamic happening. It was my first time using Material UI, which I think that I like it. I think that I do, a lot more than Bootstrap, I'll tell you that. But yeah, so just the standard icons with these, I think they call them card action areas, so that they kind of do something like they have, like you see the response when you click it. But yeah, these are just your 2 cards, kind of standard Material UI cards within the grid. I think I have them situated within like this grid container here. But yeah, just some very simple instructions just to fill out the space on how our app works. And I called it smart card in mind, but we could always change that, but because it's not technically a card, it's a list. But yeah, that's what I implemented this week. So it was fun.
That logo is so rad. I have to say, I was so excited to see it, Taryn, when you put it up.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is what I stole. I stole this, opened it up in like this free Photoshop. I completely reselected everything, got rid of this, obviously, changed the colors, and that's why it looks this way and not fancy, because I took someone else's and made it our own. It's just a stock photo of someone on a chalkboard. But yeah.
Still impressed.
It's good. Yeah, I like
awesome.
it. It's good.
Great. And it covers the other views in the background and stuff. It looks good.
Cool.
Who wants to go next?
I can go next. Don't mind. So you can see the screen. So I just kind of updated the list view. So if we go to the add item page, so I just kind of got rid of some boxes, changed the titles a bit, kept it in the theme color using Material UI as well for the first time, which is quite good. I think I was getting my head around that. So just wanted to add in stuff. So you can type in Bernard's for the theme color. Soon. Oh, interesting. Huh. These buttons don't seem to be working.
I know, so too. It should be able to add it still and it should be fine.
Okay, interesting. I wonder what that is. It was working on testing. And so then I changed the color so that it's now, I made like a ring around. Okay, none of these checks work. Okay, well, that's something I'll have a look into after this meeting and figure out why. But when you click the checkbox, it should update the color and it's just kind of like a ring around it, which I thought was a bit nicer than other things than we talked about in the starting it. And those kind of main things I did, nothing too crazy, just update the colors and fit to fit the theme. I like this whole theme material UI idea. Really don't know why the checkboxes aren't working though. I don't know if anyone has any ideas. When I was working on it this week, it all was fine. So I don't know if anyone else knows anything there.
So I think happened because
Delete also doesn't work.
I literally just merged these two branches in together right before we did the meeting. So what you're seeing right now is the first integration and validation technically of the two things working on top of each other. So maybe a cautionary tale in what happens when two PRs come sliding in at the same time, and we didn't properly cross-examine these things. Because I feel like I looked at yours too and I was clicking around on stuff and it was working. So I'm wondering if it's just the two things coming together. So that's just a
no problem at all. Yeah, that's it. We'll have a look at it. I'll have a look at it later on and make sure it's all fine.
Yeah, and I think that the technical reason why that's happening, I guess that is because of the particles library that you add. So maybe that's
I was worried about that.
No, but I think that it should be not that hard to solve. There is a CSS property called pointer events that you can add to the container there, and I don't remember exactly, but I think that you can use none. So that will mean that that article wrapper won't be clickable, or what I mean is that the things that are behind that can be clicked.
Or you may be able to position the particles behind all the other content as well, and then it'll be clickable because it'll be
put it in the app, behind everything in the app component, so that I was hoping that it wouldn't, influence any of the other branches and pages that people were working on. So I'm not sure, but I think that has to be it. And also the speed on this looks way crazier than it does on my screen. So like,
I feel all going on. I like it.
You can slow it down, but it's a lot slower on mine. So I'm like, whoa, sorry about that, everyone.
Well, okay, well, I'll leave it over to the real start of the show. Vanessa, I want to talk through your the main stuff. I think you're on mute, Vanessa.
Thank you. I was working this week on setting up the material UI theme and then redoing a lot of the navigation that we wanted at one like clean nav window. So I'm actually going to do an existing list because I think Adam, you'll see this colors when I do this one. Yeah, your cool border colors, so sick. So yeah, I used a lot of material UI, like their drawer components to do this view here so that you get to see your shareable key icon. When you click between add item and list views, you get a little change in color and boldness here. And when you go back home, it'll go back to the welcome screen, clear your token, added in these little headers, also this little footer. You can click and get taken to a link to the Collab lab. And then I tried to make sure it was all mobile friendly too. It might, oh yeah, it looks good. Just with the sizing here. So if you click on it, you get a cool little slide out drawer instead. And it should be good on different little viewports. Just had to do different resizings. Well, maybe not that one. Let's see. Actually, let's go back out of there. In terms of like the code, maybe some cool things to point out. Just move it. This was the theme that you set up for Material UI. It's super cool. You can just kind of overwrite like whatever main colors you want. Like now our main color is neon blue. You can overwrite all the fonts. And then I created this little like theme test so that people could kind of see how to use all of those, like invoking these fonts and colors by like theme, palette, secondary. It's like a lot of verbiage to learn at first, but like then once you get it, it's like pretty easy to just grab whatever colors or fonts you want. And then, so I added these headers and these footer components. The nav bar was like the biggest thing with this like huge drawer and all these styles added on. I definitely love Material UI's media query, like to figure out like what viewpoint you're on, because that was really important for like the mobile views. Because if you'll notice, like this footer, for instance, I had to like when it's on the, like when it's here, you want it to be centered, right? But it won't be centered with this page in the drawer if you don't like restyle it, because if like you go to like a home screen, you'll notice like it shifts over because like this is the real true center without the drawer. So using these cool things, these like media queries to say like, hey, this is like the small size. So then maybe down here. Maybe I don't have an example on this side. This is another cool thing to point out here. This is like why the fonts change on the nav bar. It's using the history hook. If it's on the list view, it'll give a class of active, and then up above, it'll be restyled differently. But maybe let's see the footer. This one has, oh yeah, so like for the footer, like its width is being determined by like this drawer width up here and being pushed over. And here's kind of like that media breakpoint thing. So it's like if it's matching to the small viewpoint, then it's going to be styled differently with this footer home. If not, it's this other footer. And I think that was it. This week was really fun. We just background, like the whole team met together early in the week and we kind of like discussed all our plans, which was really fun. It was nice to be like working with everyone and kind of like checking in throughout the week. And yeah, then we just kind of like grabbed tickets, and I'm just super happy with where it's ended up.
Awesome. I think that all this looks great. I mean, anymore, I think focusing on the mobile stuff is like almost a lot of people say mobile first, and it sort of depends on the application they're talking about, but it's definitely something that, you know, you at least always want to have be in your mind at all times. So I think this all looks great. I think you all did an excellent job. You know, again, like I said, we've got a couple of things where we do some regression testing at the end of a project, which is a pretty normal thing that you're always going to have to do, see where bugs happened as everybody kind of slams into code. But this looks awesome. It's functional. It's great. It's got a feel. It's yours. It does cool things. I think y'all did a fantastic and great job. Next, so I think we just do we want to dive directly into doing the retro portion? Or did, especially Mindy or Juan, do you have anything else you want to say around demos before we move on to the next thing?
I think I'll just echo what everyone else was saying. Like, it looks great. You guys did a good job. You pulled it all together. So well done. Way to do that. Way to go.
Yeah, this is beautiful. It's like the collaboration and the pairing and stuff of Collab Lab is an incredible experience to help you like refine the way you talk about things and the way you brainstorm and the way that you can learn together. But it sounds like over the last week or two, the way that you've been operating is very much how you'd operate on a development team out in the wild, where you have like a backlog of tickets that you're just picking off and like merging your work in together and just trying to stay on the same page and move towards the same goal. So it's great. You guys did an amazing job.
And also to add, I think that something that I like the style of that, but also I like what Stacey just said, that is, you are in a point where you can create tickets and you can work as a team and you can assign different stuff. So it's great to see that you worked so independently, and that worked pretty well, because this is the result of that work. So it's amazing that to see the progression that you had from the first week just to now. So yeah, I love that. So great work, everybody.
Awesome. So yeah, I guess Juan, do you want to take over and we can go to the retro board? Unless you didn't want to do the retro portion, but you signed up, you set up the board, so I'm volunteering you.
Thanks. Yeah, I can do that. So if you go, and let me send a link. I created the retro board a while ago. Wait a moment. Sorry, here. So I'm gonna send that there. So as you know, We are going to add some appreciations, what went well, what could be improved. And there is a new column that is called What's Next for You. So the only difference, you know, the first three ones, the only difference with the last one, that is What's Next for You, is just for everybody that is maybe in this meeting, I guess. That's just to say what you are planning to do after Collab Lab. So what you want to share and what do you want to accomplish after this? So yeah, let's take 5-10 minutes between 5 and 10 minutes to add items there. And as usual, raise your hand in Zoom when you are done with that.
think we have mixed protocols for marking our doneness in the past, but I just raised my hand, but I'm also verbally telling you.
All hands are up.
Okay, so let's start with that. So pronunciations. Who would go first? Mindy?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I have a few different ones on here. One just for the team. It really has been amazing working with all of you and being able to pair with you as I can and get to know you a little bit more. It's been great. So thank you all for being awesome. And then I also wanted to point out Vanessa in particular, just extra kudos. I feel like you've kind of stepped up and like been a very vocal and inviting teamwork and inviting collaboration amongst the other collabs and with us and everything. So I just wanted to give an extra special kudos there. And then also for Juan and Lyle, it's been an extra busy week and I'm actually like kind of out camping. So it's, I've been a little bit away. So I just appreciate Juan and Lyle for kind of picking up the slack there where I've had it a little bit this week. So appreciate both of you. It's been great to mentor alongside of you.
Nice. I think I'm next on the tickets. My first one was to our mentors, just as usual. I mean, I say this every week, but it's like no less important. Just the time and dedication you give to us has been so meaningful. Always like your PR comments are like top notch. And just like the extra encouragement and the way, you see us as human beings and really do believe in us and want the best for us. It's very palpably felt. So thank you. And then also to my teammates, this week was just a blast for me. Like I loved the kickoff week of our meeting together. It just felt real and human and just, yeah, like a genuine team working. So it was just a joy working this week. Thank you.
Next, Taryn, I think.
Yeah, I think I have a couple, but well, first the mentors one pops up, but yeah, I know that you all have like full-time positions, you have families, you have things going on, and I just felt that your availability was really, really appreciated, and your comments, and there were so many things that I think I walked away from this with that I'm going to use in the future, and I feel so lucky that I get to have this experience. And same for the team, and even when we had and also to Vanessa, like Vanessa, you really do spearhead like a lot of the meetings we had. Your enthusiasm is so great. Morale was very high in this group. I really appreciated that. And specifically in that, and also like that we're all in this kind of process in our careers that it felt like we were sharing just more than this project. And so it was really nice. And so during our meeting, the other day, I actually received my offer on the call with Vanessa and Adam, and I was like, "Oh, guys!" And it was just so sweet to be able to like share that with people that understand. We have family members that are proud of us, but people that are sitting here in front of the computer and the code and doing this process together. They understand what a big deal it is and all the work that has gone into it. So it's just been, yeah, it's been a total joy to experience all of it with you all. And Lyle too has also given me private Slack encouragement, and I've appreciated that, and that's a lot to me. So it feels even more bittersweet now. So yeah, I could go on. So we can keep going.
Cool. So I think that's next to me. Let's see, what are my, yeah. So first, I would like to thank Lyle and Mindy, because you have been great for during all the program. You have been adding real value to this program, and I really appreciate that. And I think that you have shared like nice advice, nice feedback in the pull requests, and I think that that helped the developers and also to myself. So I really appreciate that, and thanks for that. And next, the developers, that is Alan, Tarin, Tamara, and Vanessa. I think that I have said this all the time, and I really appreciate all the work that you have put and all the heart, I would say, that you have put in this project. And I love how you started and how you are ending this program. And also, I really love that all of you are, I remember that at the beginning, you were like trying to look for a job in tech. And I think that all of you are now in tech, and that happened when we were in the program. So I love that you are in a good spot on that sense. So I hope that everything will go great for all of you. And yeah, keep it doing what you are doing, because you are amazing. So now Adam.
Okay, thank you, man. I'll just do all mine in one go. I mean, first off, thank you very much to Lyle, Clam, and Mindy. You've all been so helpful, so patient with all of this. You know, you're happy to really put the time in and make sure things work and offer super helpful advice. And honestly, just like actually taking that advice on board is really, like, I found really helpful and good. So I can't stress that enough. I really honestly appreciate that. Yeah, shout also, you know, thank you very much to Vanessa, Tan, and Tamara. Obviously, he's not here right now, but it's been really fun coding with each of you, and just like chatting with you generally. Like Tan was saying, it's been really friendly and fun just to talk about things, everything from code to not code. Like, it was really nice to be on the call with Tan when she got that offer, when they got that offer through. It was really nice. It was lovely. And then it's just been good, you know, just learning so much just by working with all of you together. And you know, Vanessa putting in the Get Material UI team started, so we can open that. That was fun, having to learn to kind of build on top of it as well. And then finally, lastly, thank you very much to Andrew, and obviously he's not here right now, but I mean, for genuinely for founding Collab. Like we were saying, you know, I've learned so much from it, and I feel like I'd feel a lot more. I've learned a lot that I wouldn't have been able to have learned through other avenues. Like, I remember when I first ever got this, bit of a tangent, but when I first ever started working in an office, I remember sending my very first email, and I realized I didn't actually know how to send a professional email. Like, I'd never sent one before in my life. You know, throughout university, you just don't really need to send anything like that. And I feel like writing my first Git request, it was kind of similar to that. I realized I had no idea how to do it. So that's really what this has been like. So it's been, you know, super. It's really hard to stress how important stuff like that is to learn. So thank you very much, everybody. It's been really good.
Now, Lyle.
Most important, you know, if you're writing a professional email, really short if you want people to read it, and if you don't want people to read it, make it nice and long, and then put the important stuff at the bottom. Yeah, no, I just want to say I appreciate all of you, especially as a newcomer to this thing, and to you know, being around people who genuinely all kind of want to be there for, you know, pretty much the same reasons. The mentors, you know, I feel like the three of us are aligned. You know, I didn't get the sense that anybody was in here for a superficial reason, that they, you know, we're trying to gain something else out of this whole process, right? Like it feels like we're just, hey, you know, we're here to mentor and to help out and to, you know, do the thing. And then, you know, the four of you through this project has been really fascinating to watch, even over a relatively short time span of, I guess, 8-9 weeks now, and watching people grow and experience and do life things in the meantime, so that you all, you know, you go from being kind of names to human beings that, you know, have lives and do stuff, and you get to experience that with you in a sense, while at the same time helping you kind of work through a thing which you may not have been done before, right? You thought about it, or you maybe, you know, you played with code and you worked with teams, but maybe like this thing is in itself, you know, kind of a novel activity, and to see, you know, people come together and really want to do it too, you know, from a, not just a, you know, hey, I'm here to like, yeah, I need to get a job type of attitude, but you know, everybody I think came in wanting to actually contribute and work on this project and get something out of it, which was great. And to that end, I think everybody did a great job. We all had little life things come in. We all kind of rolled with it. I feel like people picked up and helped kind of move each other along and stuff, which is a great thing to see as well. You know, and just a general attitude of, you know, kind of wanting to see your work through as well. So I appreciate all of that. I think y'all did an amazing job, and I'm excited for what happened. I'm excited for all of you in the future.
Nice. I think I'll bring us home and just say thank you all for spending the last 8 weeks with us. I know you all chose to be here, you know, and it's I don't take that lightly. And just all the energy and everything you put into it, I so appreciate. Both, you know, the developers and the mentors. And mentors, I think you all did a really great job with this group. And as a team, the developers, I mean, you all just, I mean, the proof is in, you know, the thing that you created together and that didn't exist before, you know, and you managed to do that over the last couple of months. And I don't know, I just love, I love seeing like these final demos. It's just so fun. Everyone's always so kind of so jazzed about what they accomplished, and you should be, you know, like, and then to have people getting jobs and everything too, it's just like, it's icing on the cake. It's perfect. So good.
Oh, so what went well? Now let's go with Vanessa.
Yeah, so the first thing I put was increased communication on Slack. I feel like people are jumping on more. And one thing I learned particularly about like how to communicate on Slack was I noticed people would start, like they'd say like, hey, this is what I'm working on. And then in case this doesn't work, like this will happen. Like even Lyle, like this morning, like, hey, if no one like comments, I'm merging these things, just FYI. Or like, hey, if we don't have time to meet, let's just plan on doing this over Slack. Like, I think that's really important, because oftentimes with asynchronous communication, like it, you know, the thing doesn't work and then your message is there, you don't know what's going to happen. So that backup plan is really huge. And then, yeah, just that early morning meeting, I think it was really nice, or early week meeting, mentioning that again, because I think it was huge for, yeah, morale and getting everyone on board. So that's great.
Cool. Taryn?
Yeah, definitely. I think that the frequency of communication, well, it was really productive. It felt like anytime we were coming together, like we never left feeling like, well, so what are we doing? You know, which I think is huge, you know, after having other experiences like that where we're kind of in the dark, it felt like that we were always on the same page by the time that, yeah, we needed to be, you know, which I think was a huge accomplishment in and of itself when it came to tackling these issues or fixing something or just planning our styling. But that I got to give kudos to Vanessa for that one. You really spearheaded that. So thank you.
Adam?
Yeah, I agree with what Vanessa and Jared just said, and I just want to say as well, like, yeah, Vanessa's really good. She kind of took the lead on getting stuff set up and getting it in place, and you know that just really helped put us, the rest of the team, in the position that we could build on top of that, and you know, kind of stand on the shoulders of giants and get everything working beyond that. So no, thank you. So thanks for doing that. I think that went well, and yeah, I agree on the stuff. It's good communicating with Slack, and then I think good teamwork this week.
Yeah, I'll
Mindy?
echo
Yeah.
that. I mean, it was really great to see all of the planning and discussion that y'all did. I looked in at like the Google Doc early on in the week, and be able to collaborate on that and see like, hey, this person's in charge of adding this issue, and this person's in charge of that, and then splitting up the work and actually getting it done, and doing all of that on your own it really is an accomplishment. Like that's an important piece of being able to work on a developer team, and I just thought that was very exciting to see, and very yeah, you did a great job with that. So well done.
Oh, does that make it my turn? It does. Yeah, y'all said it already. Again, the way you communicated, I think you definitely figured it out by the end of this program. So good job. You did it.
And yeah, I mean, it's always fun at this on the 8th week to like see all the different apps, because they're always very different. But yours is really different than almost anyone that I've seen the entire time, and in a really good way. Like you have an actual desktop and mobile treatment for the layout, which I don't know if anybody's done that. I think almost everybody, it's just everything's just bigger. It's the same layout, but just everything's just a little bigger or something. So to have left nav, but then it like pivots or whatever, all that stuff, like that's the kind of slide out menu. That's super cool to see. I just think that's I don't know. I mean, just really thoughtful. Really good work.
Cool. It's good to know that, by the way. Thanks. Oh, the mobile app, the mobile version. Yeah, I was gonna put something there, but I think that everyone put what I was thinking. That's like great work this week. So yeah, that's why I decided not to put anything. Just everything that you all said is completely true. So now, what could be improved? Karen?
Yeah, I think I was just thinking the same thing Lyle said, which was if we had maybe decided on which framework we were using earlier on, or library, then we probably could have had a more jump start on, because I had to go through the documentation, understand how to use it since it was different. So by the time I was like, oh, this is really cool, he was like, oh no, it's our last week. So that's the only thing I think. But that seems pretty common in projects like this, when styling comes last, functionality kind of takes over. So yeah, I think we did well.
Yeah, again, I was just thinking about this. Like, I don't know that I would have changed when we actually did the stuff, but I think if we had introduced the concepts of the component library and the styling direction that we wanted it to go, and maybe a mood board or something, if we wanted to, do that type of thing, or a theme layout, something, let those concepts in and saturate early so that everybody is kind of thinking in the background about what this thing is gonna look like and how that's gonna happen, so that when we get to that implementation phase, the stuff isn't all new. It's been kind of like touching your brain in the background while you're doing the other stuff, and then you can let it out on those last couple of weeks, instead of now we need to bring it all in on top of all this new stuff and then implement it. So there's a way to do that. I'm not sure that's a fully formed thought yet, but I think there's a way to have, maybe, because it did feel like kind of a big, like, okay, now we're gonna do the design stuff and it, and the look and feel. And I think that maybe we spent a little time churning in the first week of, like 2 weeks ago, then maybe we needed to. So anyway, if we're gonna fix something there.
Yeah, I think, yeah, a lot of that makes sense. Thanks for those words. And this is the next section that we mentioned, that is what's next for you. Let's go with Vanessa.
Yeah, so I've been working part-time contracting work for a Portland agency, and they said they'd like me full-time, so that's exciting. The only thing is they're really small, and so the pay is not very great. And so I've also I've been still applying, and shout out to Andrew and the Collab Lab. Like, I've been really finding that job searching channel so useful, and I've been applied to a lot of these internship programs. And so I saw the Shopify internship program actually on the job searching channel, and Indira, another mentor, gave me a referral. So I actually have an interview with them next week, which I'm excited about. And also shout out to Juan, who spent an hour with me during office hours this week, just giving me tips too. That was really fun. So yeah, hopefully that goes well. Other than that, I'm just hoping to spend the summer outside as much as possible, enjoying the weather and enjoying family.
Congrats. You're going to be great. I mean, seriously, no doubts about you.
Oh, thank
So
you,
I'm
Tara.
excited. I'm excited. Well, yeah, so I've talked about it enough. I start with Vice on June 14th as a backend engineer. I'm so excited. Feels surreal and crazy after all the rounds, rejections, and ghosting from recruiters. It feels so relieving. And I know for a fact that my experience here helped support that candidacy. And it also just helps. Yeah, like I had all that experience in a boot camp, and I felt like I understood what I needed to learn and how to, develop my career. But I feel like working with the Collab Lab really helped solidify what it means to work in a team. And that's what I was seeking most. And I think I'm going to carry everything I learned here into those first few weeks of that job and beyond. So and I'm probably going to just skateboard a lot, but I wear pads and wrist guards because I need these hands, right? But that's what I'm going to do all summer. So cool.
Great. Congrats on that, by the way. So next me, well, in the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna be helping the career lab. I'm gonna be conducting job fit interviews in Spanish, part of that. So I'm gonna be helping with that. Also, I mentioned that before, I'm a new mentor at the company started a few weeks ago. So I'm gonna be mentoring him the next 2 months still. So that's where I'm gonna be at, like in terms of work. Well, I'm working on projects and all that stuff, but excited to also mentor people in the company. And I'm applying a lot of learnings from TCL, so I really appreciate that. What else? Well, sadly, I'm gonna skip summer's the cohort because I have to fix a lot of stuff in my house, not the trees. Those are like good ones. As you see, I'm gonna show over here. So yesterday we were removing all the roots there and like removing everything from there, and we have to put rocks there, and we have to fix the rest of the backyard, and you have to make some fixes in the roof. So yeah, I know that I have to focus my energy on that, but hopefully I'm gonna be back for the fall version of TCL. That's what I'm gonna be doing.
So that's me. So yeah, I think I know I'm gonna be back for the summer cohort for Collab Labs. It's immediately like sort of the next thing that we're gonna jump into and go. So again, I had a good experience with this group in this round, and I would just like to take that and do it again and hopefully learn a thing or two and be better at it. Is we always trying to get better at everything. I have a phrase I like to say, just keep moving the mean. Like some days you have days that are up here and some days you have days that are down here, but if you keep the trend line going the way you want it to, things will work out. So I'm hoping to, keep moving things better. And yeah, part of why I moved out to Portland in December was, I want to start reaching out and I want to start getting more involved in stuff. So I'm going to continue to try and figure out how to do that. I'm not always sure what that means, but I'm going to try and figure it out. And I'm getting my second Pfizer shot finally here in a couple hours. So hopefully I'll be able to resume like actual human interaction again at some point here as well. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, otherwise, just keep on doing things and finding new ways to do it is what I'm up to.
Oh, and I think I'm not next. Just kidding. It was Adam.
You can go if you want. So yeah, so I'm actually going back to England for a few weeks on Wednesday morning. I fly out. So I've been moving all my stuff out, and then I've been to see my family for the first time in a couple of years, which would be nice. I'm then going to Mexico City, just kind of like spend the summer there, live there for a couple of months, practice my Spanish, and then so I started this internship, which has been really good for the last few months. I'm doing that, but I'm excited to do the career lab and get more, because I do want to get a kind of full-time paying developer job, which would be good. So hopefully I have that, get that over the summer, start work, and that'll all be nicely lined up for when I come back to New York in September, which would be ideal. But yeah, it's quite a busy summer ahead, which is exciting.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to be helping out in the career lab over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be working with folks on technical interview skills, which I'm really excited about because I really enjoy that a lot. I don't know what it is about it, but the technical side in particular is just, it's my jam for interviews. I'm also going to be doing a ton of camping this summer, which I'm not going to be in the summer cohort mentorship because of that. I spend lots of weekends out on lakes with my kayaks, so I'm excited about that. Also, I think a handful of you I caught last week, just it came up, but for those of you who don't know, I'm expecting. So a lot of this summer is going to be getting ready for baby Zwanziger. Looking forward to that in November, which also means I won't be helping out in the fall cohort. I'll be a little busy and probably a little sleep deprived as well. But yeah, so lots of fun, exciting things happening in the coming year.
That's a good excuse for not mentoring. Happy for you. Yeah. So Collab Lab we're just gonna keep doing our thing. We just last hour kicked off Career Lab. So that's exciting. We'll spend the next 2 weeks doing that. We have another cohort kicking off July 11th. So there's an engineering manager I know over in New Zealand. We're trying to line up mentors over there so we could start branching out in some time zones that direction. So maybe next time, not summer, but fall, which will be their spring. So we need to start thinking about other ways of naming these things. But anyway, get one of those running. And yeah, I guess just, please stay involved in the Collab Lab. This is a community. This is you're welcome here. You're now the veterans, which means, like the people who come behind you, they can benefit from your experience of it, and one of the big things that we try to do here is, we help you get jobs so that when you're in your job, you can pull those people up behind you, right? So, as you, start these jobs, or you figure out oh, this one weird trick that helped me get an interview, or whatever those things are, share those things back with everybody else. We'll lift each other up. Stay involved and all that kind of stuff. Lauren, Beatty, and I are going to be running an advanced team in the summer. So it's a lot more like the last 2 weeks than the first 6 weeks of the project you just did. So a lot more self-organizing. The kind of when you get your tickets done and things is a lot more fluid. We just kind of run it in a little bit different way, and the app is a different app, so it's a little more complicated in some ways and stuff. So anyway, if you're not too busy, because I know a lot of you are pretty busy, maybe consider kind of applying for that. There'll be 4 spots for that as well. But yeah, I guess that's it for what's next for me. And then I'm happy that we have good weather, and I have a couple weeks off in June, so I'm gonna do some camping as well. So looking forward to that.
Great. Sorry, I have like a call. So yeah.
I thought maybe you were a little choked up because the team is ending or something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, but thanks for all those words and all those talks. So yeah, that's the end of the last retro, and I think that you all have done a great job, and I really loved being part of this team. It was my first cohort as a mentor at TCL, so I really enjoyed it a lot. Thank you for all the energy that all of you have put in here.
Oh, did we already do a screenshot, or no? We didn't do that, right? We should get a screenshot so that we can, for the wrap-up post, we have something to put on the blog post.
Okay, I usually can't share my screen fully, but I will just for a moment because I have a window.
Karen, you also have your hand raised still too, if you wanted to lower that.
So one of the mentors, whoever's going to be writing that post, is probably the best person to take the screenshot. Is that a Lyle thing? I see a finger. saw the tip of a finger there for a second.
I don't know if we've actually decided who's writing the post yet. We're all a little.
Okay.
So I'm trying to use the snipping tool, and I realized that this computer I haven't done it on before because I'm usually doing screenshots.
I think I got it. I can get it here. So smile. Cheers. Woohoo, we did it.
Did you get one or you need it?
All right, I think I got a good one. Everyone's smiling, happy. So
All right, perfect.
I think I think we're good. Oh, I should double check that that actually saved to my desktop here before we actually officially end the call.
Well, we'll all have to get back on another call so we can get a screenshot.
Okay, yeah, I think we're good.
Cool.
Now, do we do the one where everybody's jumping in the air at the same time?
Oh, I'm too tired for that. I need another cup of coffee. I think I'm at a coffee shop, so that'll be good.
I will be sure to drop my LinkedIn again in the chat room, in the team room, probably for the time being. And I might just send a general email out to the group and just say, hey, thanks, here's contact information for me. I'm still working on my social media things. So like my Twitter, and I don't have a Facebook or an Instagram or any of that stuff at the moment, but like, I know it's something I'm still trying to work through. So feel free to continue to reach out to me. I don't know about the rest of you, but like if you have questions or concerns, you want me to talk about you in a nice way or something, let me know.
Yeah, a really nice thing some groups have done is write recommendations for each other on LinkedIn. Kind of build that up a little bit. So you might consider doing that for each other. Cool. Good job, everybody. Thank you all for all your time and energy, and so happy to have all of you as part of the community.
Definitely. It's been really great working with all of you. And like Lyle, I'll also be putting my contact information. You're always welcome to reach out to me on here. I'm happy to help with whatever comes up. If you ever have any random things you would like somebody to speak to, feel free to ping me.
Yeah, thank you very much, all of you again. It's been great. I'll see you all soon, hopefully.
Yeah, thank you all. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
The